Hey, Brian and Kevin from the Nova Hoopcast. We're here on novahoops.com. Great website that Chris Jolly does, covers high school basketball throughout Northern Virginia. It's not quite Selection Sunday like they have in the NCAA, but it's as close as it comes in the high school level. All the brackets are out. Regional play starts next week. We're going to break it all down here in just a couple of minutes. Before we do that, let's just chat a little bit about some of the action in conference tournaments the other night. A couple of things that stood out to me. We talked all year about how tough the Cedar Run district was. All those teams are capable of making some noise in the postseason. Osborne came out on top with a big win over Battlefield in that championship game, so congrats to Rocky Carter and his guys. We'll look at all those teams in the region here in a few minutes. Also, how about Cam Savage's shot?
Amazing
for
shot.
South Lakes?
Amazing shot.
WNL hits a free throw to tie it up, and Cam Savage brings the ball in. Euro step in traffic, about a 35-footer. It's all over Twitter. Hits the bottom of the net in a big celebration as the Seahawks win on a buzzer beater. And an unbelievable game out in Loudoun County.
Right, Loudoun County. The 5A district championship here in Loudoun was Potomac Falls playing at Freedom, went into 4 overtimes. Jeremy Cofield hits a buzzer beater to win it for Freedom. Great story for Freedom. They've got a lot of good seniors. They're having a great year. So I can't remember a 4 overtime game in recent memory. So big win for Eagles and Coach Justin Powers.
Yeah, Ian Anderson, I think, for Potomac Falls had over
37
points in that game. So that was one for the ages, I think. And we'll talk more about where those teams are going in region play in just a few minutes. So we've got a lot of region tournaments to break down and brackets to take a look at. So why don't we jump right into it?
Let's start. All right, we'll start here in the Region 4C bracket. You have your Dulles 1, which is Loudoun Valley, playing at home against the Northwestern 2. That will be Millbrook, coached by Rob Harris, former coach at Shenandoah University. That will take place on Tuesday. The other side of this bracket is the Northwestern 1, which is Hanley High School from Winchester, taking on Woodgrove. Woodgrove, second in the Dulles district in the regular season, lost a very good district championship game to Loudoun Valley, playing very well. They'll play at Hanley on Tuesday as well, with the winners of these 2 games playing at the higher seed on Thursday. Brian, what do you think about these brackets when you see the teams involved?
Well, one thing I think is that it's not a cakewalk for Loudoun Valley. As talented as they are and as good as they've been in the last couple of years, they're going to be challenged. I don't know that they're still the clear favorite, but certainly they had a tough game in their conference championship against Woodgrove. Millbrook and Hanley are both traditional basketball schools, and so I'm anxious to see. I think this is a great game right here,
yeah.
And then I think this could be a good championship game. So Loudoun Valley is still a favorite to win the state, but they're not just going to walk right through that tournament.
I think they will end up winning the region against Hanley in the finals, but you're right. The Millbrook team playing very well. Woodgrove played their best game against Valley in that championship. They're very capable as well. But Hanley ranked in the state in the top 5. Valley ranked in the state in the top 5. I think they're going to be playing each other on Thursday, the 22nd rather, at Valley, with Valley moving on. Now, both teams will move on to the state tournament, and kind of interesting about the semifinals the quarterfinals in the state. They have the possibility, Brian, of playing each other again to get into the state finals. So they could see each other 2 more times here in the postseason.
Yeah, I think we've seen some of that in the past. I don't know how much we'll get into it, alignment and brackets and regions and what that'll look like, but interesting that we've got 4 teams in this one, and we'll look at some brackets later on that have as many as 13 teams.
Yeah, good bracket, fun to watch. Valley coming out of here for sure.
Okay, let's move on.